Hey guys, it's Rachel Castille. Today I got on my heart to talk about being the voice that you're created to be, and you have to pioneer your own path. What you have inside of you might not be displayed around you, and sometimes it can feel maybe a little scary to begin to speak what it is that you carry, the things that you've been shown. And it's so important that you take the time to birth your voice, to sit with what is growing in you and bring it out. Because your unique piece is needed in the bigger puzzle. Never doubt, never think that you have to just go along the grain. You have to go along with what's already being done around you, because you have a unique part to play. And no matter what area of life that you're in, be it in your family, there's a reason you were born. There's a reason you see what you see. So I just speak, my heart is to awaken giftings, to awaken the dormant gifts in people, that they begin to walk in that. Because we've been trained in this society to just go along, to blend in, to get what we need by going with the herd. And the call of entrepreneurship is launching your voice. It's all about the voice. It's all about what you carry. And until you're activated in that, like, it's not gonna pan out as you may have seen in somebody else's life. How does it become a personal story, a personal journey? You have to trust yourself. You have to trust what you carry. You have to speak your actual journey. You have to know that what's in your heart is of value. And that's the journey I've been on. I've been learning to not be pushed to and fro, but to listen to God, to listen to what God is wanting to birth through me, and to continue in that. And also it's important to know your heart and what you do. Know your heart so that you don't stop. You don't turn around when accusations come your way, when misunderstandings happen, things like this. You have to be true to what your part is, what you're to speak to, the things that you're called to dismantle for the freedom of others. Things have had to be broken off of me for me to walk in the fullness of what God created me to be. And it's a necessary process. And I don't speak down at all on any other group. Even my upbringing, like I grew up Pentecostal. I don't use my story to shame or to belittle or to compare. But I did have to have some things broken off of me for me to just be as God made me to be. And that's a continual thing. I'm seeing things break off. And it feels like pioneering, really. As you're walking this out, you have to speak what's on the inside of you no matter what. It's nice to have validation. It's nice to have affirmation along the way. But it's not always going to be there. You have to be comfortable with you. You have to know the value of what you have to share. Hey, Pastor Sylvia, thank you so much. Glad you could be on. Yeah, you have to know your own value enough to bring yourself to market. You have to bring what God has taught you and share it freely, because what God delivered you from is of value to other people. It just simply is, and you have to walk that out by faith. People won't always understand what you carry. They won't always maybe like even what you share, but it's doing the heart work that needs to be done in the market. There's a purifying that's happening. If things didn't break off of me, if God didn't start showing me things that don't serve my mission anymore within myself, then I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't even be live right now if I didn't allow God to show me me. God is never wanting to shame, condemn, but to reveal. to open us up to a new reality about ourselves. It's always an upgrade. That's the heart of God in everything that he speaks, that Holy Spirit reveals. It's always to build you up. And so it's necessary. You have to hear what God is doing in you and be willing to share that, be willing to talk that journey out, and you start to really realize that your journey itself is of value. Literally your story, the things that God has delivered you from, the things that you've been set free from, it's God's will that you live out loud, and that we all know that we're literally a blessing to people. And it took a while for me to know that. Like, I had so many things that gripped my mind for so many years that kept me from feeling that there was any power in what I had to share. And I lived under a lot of like perfectionism that like kept me quiet for a really long time. And yeah, that stuff had to break, because it literally, I know how bound I was. So that's why like I won't stop speaking, because I know how much is in people that could go dormant, that could go just, we always think like, oh, those other voices, I could never do what they do. And it's so not true. So, but that journey of value is a personal journey. There comes a point that somebody's affirmation, it has to translate into belief for the self. Because when you believe, that's when your life changes. Not when people affirm you, not when people validate you. And and sometimes you have to walk by faith. You got to do it without getting any likes, without getting any views. They're unrelated. It's kind of testing your resolve, testing, do you know what God has called you to do? Will you be obedient no matter what's happening around you? No matter if particular people validate what you're saying or not. I'm headed to my car to get some water, y'all. I was like, I didn't drink enough water this morning. But yeah, I'm learning that, like, do I doubt my assignment where I am in this moment because, oh, I don't have the affirmation of so-and-so. Water break. Okay, let's keep moving. But yeah, that's a big thing that I had to walk through. Letting go of wanting everybody to like me, everybody to like what I have to say. If I say it and I look back and I don't have 100 likes, did I say something wrong? That sort of stuff. Gotta let go of that stuff, because my voice belongs to God, and I have to birth what I have to birth, and I have to continue long enough that my heart knows the truth, that I believe God's report of me. I believe my intentions. I believe the fruit that will be bared from my honesty, from my revealing and sharing of my life, of my walk, of what God has taught me. If it was the value that set me free, then I carry that. It's my responsibility to share that with the world. That's so important. I'm not saying that you to be led by the fact that, oh, I went through this, so I have to tell it. It's like, be led by the Spirit. The Spirit will tell you when it's time for you to do anything, so you can be guided and trust that all you need to be is obedient. You just need to be obedient. But overall, you do have to pioneer. When you start becoming a voice, it's going to feel like, oh my gosh, you can feel like an imposter. And you have to know, no, if God calls you, you have an assignment. And your assignment doesn't change. Your calling is not up for question. If God has called you to something, you just need to do the work. You just need to go out and do the work that you're called to do. And that's where I am, learning to be faithful to my calling, learning to be faithful to what God gave me, and to surrender and to let everybody process it as they need to. Let everybody take the word that I am as they need to. Don't have any expectations on people. When you become the voice, when you step out and you begin to speak, we have to know as the sons of God, when we share, the world is changing. When we speak, things are shifting. Never take for granted the power of you being able to move something in somebody else's life. You might be the thing that breaks it for them. You might be the solution that changes the trajectory of their life. And it's worth being that voice than containing something. I heard a testimony that my friend Angela shared. She shared like something on Facebook, and in essence, it was basically a lady who came to a point of a divorce, but years ago, this other like prophetic lady had a dream about her and saw what she was going through and felt that she was supposed to go talk to her. But then she saw her at church and was like, she looks like she's doing fine, so I ain't gonna talk to her. She looks happy. And really, she was going through a lot for years, and they wind up getting divorced. And that's just a reminder of like, if God lays something on your heart, you do need to speak it. There's a reason. You might be able to intercept something and change hardships that people go through, because God knew that you could have that word for them that would maybe unlock something. It would heal something. It brings something into the light, and a lie would lose its power over somebody. So I'm starting to realize like all the reasons that I believed that it was better to stay quiet. It was better to not make people uncomfortable. I realized like that was just a lack of compassion on my part. I didn't have compassion for the people group that God was sending me to. I was still avoiding my calling. And so our purposes are so much bigger than our trauma, than our past, than the things we've been through. We literally are an anchor for people, helping them to believe something new sometimes, and we might be the voice that they need in that moment. And but this is the thing that I've seen. It's like you can feel like you're pioneering within your social group. It's like you could enter even into a new realm. You're stepping into something and you almost want to be liked instead of want to be a truth teller. So you can hold back what God is really giving you for that space. And that's something I've been guilty of, where I go, who am I to say? Who am I to say? And we can't do that. We have to know that God is speaking to all of us. We might be confirmation for another person. And that's what it's about. It's not about, it's almost like what I'm seeing is like God is calling for our idols. I have this idol of I want to be liked. I want to be accepted. I want to be wanted. I want to be all that, right? I want to be supported. And God's like, well, I need you to surrender all those desires to me, and I need you to be my voice. And I'll bring you the people that are going to walk with you, but you can try to hang on to people that ain't going to walk with you in this season. They're not going with you right now. And you don't need your identity wrapped up in y'all's proximity, you know? And that's the thing. Like, I forfeited my identity in trade of not creating waves. And that's not good. That's not good. God's like, you have to know your heart. You have to trust your why for what you do. Part of healing, part of deliverance is sometimes things come into light. It's not to shame. It's not to condemn. It's for the sake of freedom. It's for the sake of unlocking things in people, that they be delivered, that they be set free. And it's so important that I stay true to what God has told me. I've had paths where you have like a fork in the road, and God's like, go left. And I did it by faith, and it hurt, you know? And then I'm like, God, I thank you. I thank you for what you've done and what you're continuing to do. Like, that's literally, it's so important that like we yield to that, like when God is speaking to us, because you could save yourself like a year of heartache. Hello, how y'all doing? But yeah, it's so important to be obedient, because literally, like, we don't have to go through certain things, but we do, because we're relying on our own understanding. We're relying on maybe loyalty. We're relying on all these other things. And we can miss what God was trying to pour into our life. God was trying to open up something that is a possibility for you. Like, it's literally God's wanting to give you something better than what you have. But if you cling to what you have, you can't receive the new thing. You don't have no room to receive it. So, yeah. And this is why it's so important. Like, when God speaks to you, God's using your mouth to speak it too. God is showing you something, that you'll be that voice in the world. You'll be that influence in the world. So there's been lots of things that God has shown me, revelations. And if I hold them back, then that work that God's wanting to do in the earth, that revelation he's wanting to reveal in the earth, it doesn't happen. It doesn't come forth. God, it's like, okay, I have to go find somebody else because I called you to do this. And, yeah, God's still going to raise up somebody else, but it could be you, you know? God's created you to be that one, you to be that voice. So just know you have a pivotal part to play. You have a pivotal part to play in this generation. Literally, like, if you say yes, God's going to do it through you. If you say yes, you feel the call, God's going to do it through you. God's going to equip you. God's going to wake you up. There's something new coming through. There's something new coming through. Reach out and grab it. Reach out and partner with God, because God is doing something amazing right now. God is raising up our awareness of our value, our awareness of our identity, awareness of our purpose. Sometimes we don't succeed because we don't have enough vision. Sometimes we don't have enough compassion. We have to move into this collective experience and see how we're created to start things and to move things forward. Don't get weary in the slow times. Don't get weary when things don't seem to be moving. If you stepped into believing something better for yourself, that is a good thing, okay? That's never going to reap a bad thing. The only thing is if you give up on yourself, that's when it stops for you. So sometimes our faith is tested, and it's for our good. It's for our good when our faith is tested, because I get to see myself. If I'm willing to look at myself, everything I go through is all for my good. If somebody throws an accusation at me, I get to look at my heart and go, is that in me? Is that really there? I'm like, okay, no, just fear and intimidation might be there. So I need to get rid of that so I can continue. Or if that thing is there, it's like, I repent. Y'all, you're right. I really do have that in my heart. And I don't want to do that no more. Thanks for bringing light to that. Thank you for showing me that. Like, this is the heart posture where everything we walk through is for our good. Every relationship is for our good. Everything in our background, our past, every time people ever miss the mark regarding us, it's for our good. We can grow. Wow, that was a massive red looking something crawling on the ground. But yeah, man, this is my heart. Like, I will continue to speak because I cannot live in intimidation anymore. I can't disqualify myself when God has called me. And that's what I'm speaking to you. Pioneer your ministry. Pioneer your businesses. Pioneer your purpose. Pioneer the things that you care about. Get your voice moving. Get the waters flowing in you to do that thing that you just know you're here to do. The things that grieve you when you see lack, you see poverty, you see pain, you see abuse, whatever this is, you see people not being able to spend time with their families, whatever that thing that moves you, you got to carry that mission. You got to continue to be a voice for it. You got to be bold. You got to bring awareness, because you're the solution. Those that have the compassion are the solution. If you don't have compassion for something, get out the way. It ain't your lane. If you don't have compassion, that you can't move anything in that area. Wherever you have compassion, that's where you can be a solution. That's where you'll be effective. So you have to admit what grieves you. You have to admit what you're saying, this is not okay in the world anymore. That's how you find your voice. You have to pioneer that path. The people with the compassion are the ones who can create change in that area. That's how you find it. And when you go to step into that, it can be so shaky. You're like, oh my God, if I talk about this, I might lose these friends because they don't like that. They're fine with that. They're content with it. The people I'm around don't even care that this is happening. So if you're grieved that people aren't on their path, you're grieved that people are living less than their value, and you're like, that's not okay. Like, people need to step into that. Like, you're probably going to make those people uncomfortable right around you. Hey, Lizzie, so glad you're on. Yeah, you're probably going to make your environment uncomfortable if you're the one who carries the compassion in that area. You have to pioneer that. Notifications. I get distracted real easy. But, yeah, you have to sense and know what, bugs are hitting my phone. Hey, y'all. Yeah, you have to know what you carry, and it's the things that moves your heart. It could be the things that grieve you. It could be the things that you desire. They're all connected to what you're called to do. You know, if you don't like seeing the homeless, then you're the one who has the compassion for it. If you don't like seeing abuse, then you have compassion for it. If you don't like people being in poverty, then you have compassion for it. You're the one who needs to talk about it over and over and over and over, and present the solution you have for that. That's how you find your voice. And it's uncomfortable. It's just straight up uncomfortable. You have to break through all the lies that says, oh, you're trying to get attention. Oh, you're trying to do this. Oh, you think you're somebody, don't you? I'm like, nope. It's got to be like, you get tested. It's all good. Like, is that in my heart? Okay, if it is, okay, God, I repent of that. And let's go. Like, no, I care about this. And honestly, like, I do see, like, that's why we have, like, systematic community issues, is because not enough people has enough compassion to come together, to partner together to solve it. You know, if we're waiting for the government to solve something, then just imagine how many civilians believe the lie that their impact, that they can't have an impact. Because how is it that 5% of the people are the ones we hold responsible to do things? You know, if you take billions of people and none of them take responsibility for the world, then yeah, you really are at the mercy of the 5%. It might even be the 1%. And you know, people like to say, oh, in network marketing, only 2% makes it, only 5% makes it. And I'm not making fun of that perspective. It's just, I think that's a reflection of the world. Like, it's just kind of a truth across the industries that most people don't take responsibility. We've been brainwashed into not being responsible. We've been brainwashed into being employees and not being voices, you know. And we're in a generation where literally with an internet connection and a cell phone, we can go viral, we can build global communities, and we can have global impact. Like, it's so important that we wake up, that the collective wakes up. And if you think, oh, I can't be successful, it's like, maybe you're just don't have the compassion. You're not willing. You let your emotions take you off the work you're called to do. That's what I'm actually seeing for myself. Literally, I could think, oh, I don't feel the way I felt yesterday. What does that have to do with what I'm called to do? It shouldn't be an emotion that leads me to do my business, leads me to do what I'm called to do, leads me to be a voice in the world. It shouldn't be my emotions. And I literally thought it had to be that. But I'm actually seeing it's the agreements I've made in my heart on whether or not I'm okay with whatever comes at me as a result of what I say. Once I'm okay, I'm like, okay, you know, you might lose that friend. I'm like, okay. You know that these people might say this about you. I'm like, okay. You know, your income might go down for a little while. Okay. Whatever it is. Ultimately, you have to know that the things that you're called to speak on, the things that you're called to do, is going to produce way more fruit than whatever little foundation you're standing on right now. There's no firmer foundation than you birthing what you care about. I'm gonna read what Lizzie said. So true. It's a reflection of the world, because those who make it in anything are the 1 to 5%. It's so true. Yes. It's more so the collective, what's the word? Apathy, maybe? The excuses we tell ourselves. That it's like, oh no, I couldn't do that. And I get it. Like, there's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of things that dictates how we see ourselves. And that's a lot of the work I'm called to do, is to help people to shift what they believe and to break off. You can almost look at it like generational curses of agreement. It's like, oh no, we're not those kind of people. Oh, you'll bring shame to the family. Oh, that's embarrassing. You know, all these types of things. It's more so we all trade off our actual purposes. Like, we were all sent to earth for big, big purposes. So we wind up dying and leaving here doing like 0.001% of what we're capable of doing. And that's more so what's going on in the world. And yeah, we say, we do the same story of like, oh, that's for them, that's not for us. I'm like, no, the percentage is just a reflection of just the belief systems of the world. But all the more, that's why it's important. If you feel like you're just an everyday person, you're just from that little old city with the one traffic light, you literally need to wake up and do what you're called to do. And you're going to literally empower everybody else from that little town, from other little towns with one traffic light. I forget his name, but the guy who did the 4-minute mile, nobody thought it was possible. After he did it, like hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people did it after him. So it's more like that is what we're walking through. So, but yeah, guys, back to just pioneering. That's what it feels like. Hello, good morning. I'm used to walking in the mornings and it's not morning right now. It's so funny. But yeah, pioneering, it feels uncomfortable. It feels like you're just shooting in the dark. You might feel like an imposter as you walk it out. But this is literally what faith looks like. God showed me something. I saw a possibility. I saw what God had for me, and I choose to believe. I choose to walk it out. I choose to be loud about it. I choose to be bold about it. I choose to go. There's no day, no matter what's going on, that what I have to say is actually a bad thing. People might not respect my voice in a certain circle, but my voice will get put before the people that need to hear what I have to say. And that's the faith we have to walk in. I've found something that the world needs, and I will speak about it. I found something that's going to change lives, and I'm going to speak about it. I found something that is a solution that is going to help people. And people, I'm here to educate. I'm here to continue and have faith for people until they see, because I see. Why would I put my eyes in the sand when I'm the one that sees? The seers need to speak. The seers need to declare. They need to be faithful. And we're all seers. You see something, and at some point you said, I wish I didn't see. This got me in trouble with this person. I mentioned it and I got reprimanded. So I don't want to see no more. And we shut down our sight. That's what's happening in our lives. We shut down our sight. And then now we're like, oh, that's just a distant memory. I don't even remember being able to like believe for something. I used to see a better future, and now I'm just content, and I've reframed it all. So yeah, guys, I won't go on too much longer. I feel like I've poured out the essence of what I had today. Just stay encouraged. Continue in what you sense God is stirring in you. Get more clarity. And if you want more wisdom, ask for it. Say, God, give me wisdom. What is wisdom? It's clarity to see. I need to see more. I repent for not wanting to see, because I felt like it was a huge responsibility. I repent for pushing away the things that you showed me because I didn't want to be uncomfortable. My life was going to change so much. I didn't want to deal with that. God, I'm sorry. Give me another chance. Let me see. And yes, I'll be a part of it. I'll be the one to go. I'll be the one. I'll play my part. I'll be obedient. Hey, Kimberly, glad to see you on. Yeah, I'll be the one. You can use me. That's really all it is. The journey ahead is being guided. God's going to lead you on how to walk it out. That's not your responsibility to know all the how and the when and everything. You just need to say, God, I want to see. And with what you show me, I will let it come through my mouth. I will speak it. As you lead me, I will release the word. You can use my mouth. I'm willing. Do what has to be done in me for me to become the voice that you created me to be. I will pioneer in my social network the things that I am called to bring awareness to. There are things that I am created to quicken in others. There are things that I'm made to be a voice for. Change happens when the collective wakes up, not when the 1% does. Because what if they're greedy? What if they're selfish? They won't do anything for the public that would be beneficial for everybody. So you have to, it's a blessing, it's an absolute blessing if the people who are in power are doing a good thing on behalf of the collective. But for us to sit around waiting on that, that's why we have seasons of famine, seasons of just depression and all this stuff, because we're betting on one or two people to do it for everybody. And that's why I so encourage entrepreneurship. The mindset of entrepreneurship is what every person needs to have. We wouldn't even have global issues if the billions of people took responsibility for their sphere of influence. And that's why it's so important, to walk an entrepreneurial journey in some way. And part of that is being a voice. I started being a voice before I started a business, because I'm called to be. We're all called to be a voice. We all have a platform. We don't need nobody's permission. Facebook already gave me permission. They let me create an account. You got it too. If you're watching me, you got one. So you got the same live button that I've got. So you have permission. God sent you to earth. You've already been assigned. You've been sent here for a reason. So you're now to live from the grace of God, live from the blood already. He already paid for everything that you're here to do. He's like, I've paved the way. I've equipped you. Live from my finished work and live in the family of God. You've got the intel that you need. Everything. If you need counsel, ask for counsel. There's a spirit of counsel. You need wisdom, there's a spirit of wisdom. You need knowledge, there's a spirit of knowledge. Whatever you need, you have heavenly parents. You have a big brother, Yeshua. He's the first among many brethren. And he's like, I'm going to guide you. I'm going to show you how to do this. Just ask of me, what is my part to play today? What's that daily bread? What's that piece that you've given me that I can give to the world? And you'll lack for nothing. Literally. That's what I'm saying. Don't let fear, don't let intimidation stop you, because whenever you begin to be the voice you're created to be, you will lack for nothing. You will lack for nothing, literally. God will bring you the resources you need for the work you said yes to do. So if you're teeter-tottering on the edge, maybe you just haven't said yes. Maybe you haven't surrendered. But when you do, everything's going to come through for you. So trust the process. Surrendering's not overnight in every area. You can only surrender what you're conscious of. So that's why you got to also say, God, give me wisdom. Help me to see myself. Show me the things I can't see, because I'm willing. And God's going to guide you into it. So, yeah. I bless you with that. My mom called me earlier. I need to call her back. I think she's in town. She's going to stop by. But I bless you guys. I pray this has been an encouragement to you. And if you want to plug into any of my resources, I've got coaching. I do personality coaching, help you understand your unique gifts, the way God wired you, the way your heart functions. I type people to understand that so that they can find alignment in their life. I do music as well. And then I do my amazing premium business. I market water ionizers, helping you improve your home water and just literally changing your entire well-being, your showers, what you bathe in, what you drink. So if that's something you want some information about, that's all on my website, rachelcastille.com. All of it's there. And if you're looking for fellowship, I've got a free community. It's called RC Fellowship on Discord app. It's like a social app. And every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central, I do a fellowship of people sharing their real lives like this. People pop in and share or just listen in. So all the links for that is on my website, rachelcastille.com. And I bless you guys. Thank you, Kimberly. Have an awesome weekend too. Thank you all for being on here today. And I'll see y'all on the next one.